Hey guys, welcome back to Owlchemist Tarot, serving tarot straight up. And this is your weekly general reading for the 23rd through the 28th. Okay? All right. Let's pull some cards. And for those of us here in the States, if you celebrate Thanksgiving, a lot of people are having hopefully not a huge family get together, but cooking. If not, enjoy the time off work. All right. All right. Out of the gate on the bottom of the deck, we got Queen of Pentacles in reverse. You know, this is really, for a lot of you, a time to kind of watch the pocketbook. This is not to be too loose with your debit card, credit card. You know, it's hard to do that, especially here, you know, we are approaching Black Friday, which, you know, even, I shouldn't even say approaching Black Friday. Who am I kidding? Black Friday has been going on since like the last week. So the point is that just be careful on overspending this week. The temptation obviously is going to be there. And if you have it, great. And if you're not going to miss it, awesome. But for some of you, if you might kind of, if you're on the edge and you're like, oh, I don't know, that's probably a sign that maybe you should hold off. Okay. So, I would just say overall the energy is maybe be a little cautious around your finances just in case. You know, overall situation, we got the Empress in reverse, and then we got the King of Cups in reverse. You know, the Empress in reverse it's usually that if something hasn't, if there's been massive delays, or if there's been a hard no, or if something has come to a complete stop, or something didn't take off the ground, or I don't even want to say the word failed because I don't really believe in failure, I believe in lessons. But if something hasn't really manifested at all, there's usually a rhyme and reason. It's for protection. You're being redirected. You're being guided to something else. The thing is, the King of Cups, for a lot of you, you're not showing that. Maybe you're keeping this kind of quote unquote loss or obstacle or frustration to yourself. You're not showing it to a lot of people. You're kind of keeping this hard exterior. You might share it with some people, maybe just close to you, but that for a handful of you, that might be the case. For a lot of you, you're keeping a very stoic outlook and you're not sharing what's going on. You know, there's nothing wrong with keeping your cards close to your chest. But also if it's something where if you're able to reach out or talk to somebody that has experience in this area, you know, that definitely could be, you know, helpful because maybe they can give you advice and insights on how to move forward, or, you know, is this just a minor delay or an obstacle, or is this something that maybe you need to completely relook at your strategy and you know, start over, okay? It's going to be different for every single one of you. The Empress is also about, this is just a reminder, I would say, to be careful of excess this week. Because there could be, obviously, not only with the food situation, and I'm saying that because the Empress is ruled by Taurus, who is ruled by Venus. Venus is all about luxury and indulgence, food and wine. I would just say be very careful of overindulging this year. It may not benefit you as much as you think. So just, I mean, I think 2020 has been an overindulgent year, I feel like, for food and wine. Just in general. But this is also maybe just be a little conscientious of what you're consuming, what you're buying. Just that's kind of the word to the wise. You know, some advice. Here's the thing. You know, with the Fool in reverse, this is, I think a lot of you are getting stuck in your tracks, whether you're too scared to take the leap of faith and trying something new or being open to do something different. But the thing is almost as if you can't just wait for things just to come to you. You have to align. The universe likes someone who's scrappy and they do the work and they compromise. you know, it's almost like, I want a new job, I want a new job, but have you sent out applications? Have you been networking? Have you been reaching out to your, you know, peer group? Whatever the case is, if you're not doing those kind of common sense things, the universe is like, well, what do you want? You have to be very specific. So I think for a lot of you, this is not the time to just wish and a hope. You know what I mean? You have to actually put things into action. So this is moving from just like a thought in your head or idea, and you have to put some practical application behind it. And Three of Wands is something that is going to, you know, is manifesting, but that's only if you do the work and you put action behind your idea or your, you know, the initiative that you want to launch. Okay. So it takes effort. You can't just write something down and put it to the universe and then it gets delivered. Sometimes that in a random, maybe that might happen somewhere in the world, but in this case, you have to be willing to go off the ledge, take the leap, and put yourself and immerse yourself into this to actually make something out of it. Okay, so if you've been holding yourself back, this is not the week to do that. This is start to put, you know, plan of action into place. All right. Okay. Obstacles that you might face this week. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. This is, I get, there's a strong chance many of us may be around relatives, friends, family, or environments that might be a little bit turbulent. Hopefully everybody is practicing, you know, safe distance and you're not in, you know, huge gatherings for safety reasons. But if you are, I'm going to tell you that there are going to be probably some conversations that make waves, okay? So if you find yourself getting flustered or overly sensitive, it's probably just to walk away. Hold yourself in esteem, hold yourself with confidence, you know, stand your ground and walk away. The Queen of Cups in reverse, getting overly worked up, overly emotional, getting yourself absorbed in the drama is not going to serve you well. The reason is that because if somebody hits that chord, and we all have a chord, then this Queen of Wands is not going to keep her or his composure very well. It's going to be claws out, okay? So if you feel yourself getting pulled into something that you know is just going to end into something bad, whether it's an argument or, you know, words are thrown that can't be taken back, I would just recommend to walk away. This is not the time to engage in unnecessary BS, okay? This is also having to tame your ego a little bit. The Strength card is maybe telling yourself that even if somebody says something or does something and it's going to hit your ego, just walk away. It's going to serve you in the long term. Because what's happening is that they're going to bank on you taking the bait, okay? Prince of Wands, Knight of Wands, this is somebody that is going to, also, this could be energy or person around you that almost stirs the pot, like puts a match on, or I'm sorry, puts gasoline on a flame and just walks away, and they know how to manipulate the situation. So I recommend if you have people like that around you, just don't engage or remove yourself from that situation because the energy is going to be very tense. Obviously there's a very political, intense situation and a lot of people are very, you know, divided on their beliefs. So what I can tell you, a lot of you, the Seven of Cups, it's making choices and options where it's like, do I even want to even deal with that? Yes, it's always nice to see friends and family. We're in a pandemic, so it's harder, but it's also understanding that you don't have to give away your energy to that people, places, or things that drain you. So if you find yourself that's the case, you might take the other option and going solo, or, you know, going somewhere else, or enjoying your time alone, or going, you know, a Friendsgiving, that's what they call it. But I would say don't drain your energy or put yourself in a position where you're going to have to be in this like battleground, okay? You know, this week, I think for a lot of you is going to be some pretty clear conclusions on what needs to happen for you. This is really intense energy. Give me a second. Sorry. You got 10 of Swords, which is a very brutal card to look at. It's got this person's on their back, 10 swords stabbed in their back. Now, 10s are endings, right? But 10 of Swords is feeling like it's almost hitting an epiphany that I am at a point of no return. And I don't want to be around this anymore. I don't want to feel like this anymore. I don't want to think about this. I don't want to deal with this. This is very much heavy, hard, mental, where you just feel drained and it's tiring, exhaustion. I do feel like this is around people or places. So I do get the impression that for a lot of you, this is kind of the last straw. It's the camel. It's a straw that broke the camel's back, and you're just like, there's a point of no return anymore. I'm saying this also because, you have the 10 of Wands, 2 10s, massive endings. 10s are endings. So this is 2 10s. This is massive change, okay? When you have 10s, you also have a new beginning. So this is also about putting the burdens aside, taking what people's expectations, thoughts, beliefs that you should be doing something or how you should be living your life, you're dropping those and saying, you know what, no, this is not who I am. I'm different than you. I think differently than you. I believe in different things. And if you can't respect that, then we can't be around each other. I wish you a lot of, I wish you the best. I wish you love and light, whatever, but you cannot be in my energy space anymore. End of story, period. So I feel like a lot of you are ending things. You're coming to an ending with a lot of people, places, and removing things that no longer serve you. It's a lot of cutting out. That makes a lot of sense since we're getting into this, entering into Sagittarius season too. So for happy birthday, Sagittarius, by the way. 9 of Wands. Now this is also very strong energy, but what I can tell you with this is that this is not giving up. This is if you're going to make a decision and you're going to put your mind to something, it's about not, floundering. Okay, so if you are going to cut ties, then you're going to cut ties and you're not going to, come crawling back, or you're not going to, make the first move, or you're not going to make the first, communication offering, whatever the case is. You are holding very steadfast in your beliefs. You cannot give in and you can't give up. If you feel very strongly about something and you want to move forward, then you can, and you're almost to this end of this life cycle and moving into something new and removing a lot of negative energy out of your life. But you really have to be steadfast, and you have to stay firm in your beliefs and what you want. So for a lot of you, you are cutting a lot of things out and ending a massive endings that are happening. But like I said, there's always a new beginning on the horizon. Let me just pull one more card. I feel drawn to pull one more card. Yeah, that's incredible. We got the Wheel of Fortune. Now, the Wheel of Fortune is things that are coming full circle. By the way, the Wheel of Fortune is ruled by Jupiter, who also represents Sagittarius, and we're entering into Sag season. So massive transition, such great transformation and transition into a new cycle. So the more that you can cut out that no longer serves you, I'm telling you that this is kind of this last stepping stone, milestone that you have to overcome so the energy starts to move forward. So I wish every single one of you the best. I always love reading for all of you. Please subscribe if you haven't. If you also feel drawn, follow me on TikTok and Instagram. And if you're interested in purchasing or reading, the link is in the bio. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful holiday. However you spend that, or if you don't, whatever. I hope you enjoy your week. Thank you guys so much. Talk to you soon.